Hi, greetings of the day. This is What Else Two Cents, where we take a news, analyze it, and post our thoughts about it. Today, Pralab and I would like to talk about a movie whose nomination was rejected to the Oscars. We are talking about the movie Sardar Udham Singh, whose runtime is 2 hours and 42 minutes. The movie stars Vicky Kaushal as the titular role, Banita Sahu, who is from October. That was also Sarkar's movie, and Amol Parishkar as Bhagat Singh. The movie was directed by Suji Sarkar, who I aware does not need any introduction, but we will give it anyway. Suji Sarkar is regarded as a phenomenal director. Some of the movies that he directed was Madras Cafe, Vicky Donor, Piku, and October. Talking about the movie itself, it has current IMDb rating of 9.0. It has a rating of 97% audience score and 94% tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes, and can be streamed on Amazon Prime. So just let us ask Pralab some question regarding this movie. Pralab, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Pralab.
Okay,
So,
Pralab. Yes,
so can you give a can you give a brief about this movie?
okay, of course, Pralab. So the movie is, it's something new which Bollywood has offered us, and I'm very grateful for the pandemic that the movie was released on the OTT platform and it got really easy for me to watch it. So, talking about movie, it was like watching an on-screen classical crime novel of the Cold War era. Okay, everything was so perfect, everything was so tense. Okay, the use of lenses, cinematography was enchanting, and a substantial plot of the story was communicated through camera. As we can see that the movie had less dialogue, the set that they built depicting 20th century Second World War era London was again a no small feat in itself. Talking about the storyline and the chronology of the movie. So the movie follows three time zones. Okay, so three storylines. And the best decision was to show the main scene of the massacre, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre at the end. It was the sheer filmmaking brilliance because it gave a funnel ending as to what protagonist went through and why he did everything which he was doing throughout the movie. Otherwise, if the massacre would have been shown in the starting, it would have made audience a vicarious victim, and it would have been difficult to comprehend the build-up which the director wanted to put forward. Okay, so otherwise, if they would have shown something related to Jallianwala Bagh in the beginning only, it would have been another monotonous movie made around this topic of freedom fighting and all such things, British colonialism. But here Shurij Sarkar wanted to depict something else. And I think so it was a sheer brilliant move to show that massacre wala scene at the end. Okay, because of the entire movie, the audience is left with clear slate. Okay, they don't make their opinions, they don't form anything. They just see protagonist doing something by giving his 100% focus into this, and why he did such things was built slowly throughout the movie. Okay, that also justifies the runtime, of course, 2 hours 41 minutes. Now, coming to the temperament of the film, the film had philosophical temperament. There was a scene in which character of Bhagat Singh explains the motive of revolution and distinction between a terrorist and a revolutionary. That discussion was so humane and reflected how a young revolutionary at that time thought. Okay, it was not full of idealism and all such things. It was as if that someone from our age, just in the era of 1920s, is again talking to ourselves. है ना? Also, okay, it was not filled with jingoism, hypernationalism, ultra masculinity, or anything like that, which unfortunately Bollywood is infamous for doing when it deals with such kind of subjects. For example, when the detective asks him, or when the detective asks the protagonist about his intention, uh, Udham simply replies, I don't hate British, sir. Neither I don't hate you. You're doing your duty, but in your country. I have no grudge against you. Can you fathom the depth of such dialogue? And that too from a Bollywood film. So these were the points which I really liked about the film. Now let me talk about why I'm grateful for this film. Okay.
Right.
Generally,
I just have one more question
Bollywood.
before we get into the thing that you're grateful about. Can I ask you one more question?
Yes, Pola. Yes.
So, as you said, many of the freedom fighters or the movies that show these movements, they actually glorify those freedom fighters and sometimes get into a notion that they don't talk about their motives properly, as they wanted to show the person
Hmm.
who is larger than life. But there have been a few
Uh,
movies that actually did show a ground zero thing, and those
yes.
movies were connected to Jallianwala Bagh. Like if I take an example
Hmm.
of Jallianwala Bagh movie, which was in 1977, or the Gandhi movie, which was 1982. There was also another movie called
Hmm.
Shahid Udham Singh in 1999, Legend of Bhagat Singh in
Hmm.
2002, and Rang De Vasanti in 2006. And all of them
Yes. Yes.
had this one incident very common, and everybody had a very different
Hmm.
take on it. So, what
Hmm.
route did you think that this movie, Sardar Udham Singh, that is 2021 version, took that differentiates it from not all the movies that I told, but some of the movies like Rang De
Hmm.
Basanti or Shahid Udham Singh, which was the original 1999 version. So, what do you personally
Okay.
feel about? What did you personally feel when you saw these scenes that happened, and if you compare it to the other movies that you have watched?
See, the movies which you discussed here are also epic movies. Okay? But the thing is, majority of the movies play on emotion. Play on emotion of nationalism, or play on emotion of sacrificing something, idealism, and all such things. But this movie, Polash, this particular movie tells what a human being goes through, how he becomes a revolutionary, and why he became so focused on his work, what he was doing. That otherwise he could have led a good life, a comfortable life. Even he went to London, he owned a car there and all the things. Okay, he could have lived a lavish life there. But then too he chooses, then too he chooses for fighting for his nation, for his people. Why? है ना? So that why question is answered very beautifully in Sardar Udham Singh, and that why question otherwise in other film is full on emotion. It goes on the emotional scene. No, 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 I am देशभक्त और मैं भारत माँ के लिए ये करूंगा वो करूंगा. This scene clearly tells the pain, what pain that actual character went through. And had I been through the same situation, I would have reacted in that manner also if I would have had such sort of determination. So that's my take on it, Punesh.
Oh, I completely understand that because whenever I watch the movie, it just I don't it there's not a particular thing that I can touch on because the whole movie was it just hit me like an arrow, or if you can say bullet.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's something that I
Because
could
for the first time, Pulash, we were seeing a human being on the screen. We are not seeing a Superman on the screen. Otherwise, if you pick up any movie of John Abraham, Akshay Kumar, or Rohit Shetty, and all such things, which also in a certain way touch these topics, the protagonist is shown as some masculine superhuman figure. He's having love affairs all around, girls dying on him from day one. He's very clear the day he's born that I'm going to fight or die for the country and all such things. He's very clear in life. He's not having any issues, and he goes and uh, in jingoism he just says few naras and the job is done. But this movie shows that no, it's not like that, man. Everyone is human. Yeah, everyone faces dilemmas in their life. You know, there was a time where Vicky Kaushal questioned, should I kill this person or not? Okay, and then he goes, he works there. Okay, he was working there, and imagine he was working. He was working for the same person who killed millions of his people. Okay, then too that character Udham, investigated. He analyzed. that is it worth it to kill him? Then, if you remember, Polar, the scene where they had a talk, they were having a talk. O'Dyer and Vicky Kaushal were having a talk after that hunting game, and then he realized that how evil that person really is, and he deserves to be killed. And then he reached a conclusion that okay, now I will 100% kill him.
Yes, that is true. I completely understand that. There was a fun fact, Irfan Khan was actually supposed to play the role of Sardar Udham Singh. That was before his health deteriorated and he eventually passed away. So I would have really loved to see how Irfan Khan would have portrayed. Though Vicky Kaushal is amazing actor and he suited there, I would have really loved to see how Irfan Khan actually portrayed that movie. So
So frankly speaking, Irfan Khan would be feeling peace at heaven for what Vicky Kaushal did with this role.
completely agree because since Masan released, I've been very a big fan of
Mhm.
Vicky Kaushal, especially after Uri because that was again another phenomenal film. But I think he took
Also,
Udham Singh into
you
other
know,
top
it's
notch.
the dynamic nature of the actor.
Yes, exactly. And I think a very few actors are able to do that. And you know what? We can't give all the credits to the actor, of course, because Sujit Sarkar, the sets were
Mhm.
designed so beautifully. It didn't have a hint that this is not shot at that age. That's how beautiful and attention to
Yes,
detail it was. So, what is your views
of
about
course.
Udham Singh and Oscars?
Okay. So I was talking about why I'm grateful for this film. So this film, as I said earlier, was league apart from other Bollywood films made around the same topic. The protagonist, characters, and all of the factors were so realistic. The emotions depicted were so original. It made it so uncomparable. Okay, the characters are individualistic, having their own ideology and way of thinking. And you know what? The film successfully passes the Bechdel test as well, which in itself is a commendable job because it is the early 20th century storyline which we are talking about. So, acting, cinematography, direction, chronology, this film performs on the international standards. And also, this film is based around an important subject and completely provides justice to the subject matter. So I think so that the film is perfect for all.
I truly understand that. So let us come to the main topic that this podcast is based about. Because to be honest, we are not a movie reviewer, so that is not where we lie.
Yes.
But the thing
And I'm
is,
afraid we have given a lot of spoilers, I guess.
oh yeah, we should at least put a spoiler alert. Okay. So, what are your thoughts about Oscars at a whole? Like just an Oscar award, not about this film, about Oscars. What do you think about Oscars?
Polar, I think so that Oscars are an Olympic for filmmaking. है ना? So it depicts your own country in that arena. So the best of the best should go there. Okay. And talking about the controversy, so the jury which was set up for sending Indian representation into the Oscars. So according to one of the jury members only, Indradeep Das Gupta, uh, he said that the film was based on the assassination of Michael O'Dwyer by Sardar Udham Singh, projected our hatred towards the British, which he deemed unfair in the era of globalization. So the ruckus is all about that the jury was of the opinion that the film promotes our hatred against the British and all the things. But the truth of the matter is that only one member of the jury, Mr. Indradeep, had this viewpoint. So, actually speaking, when interviewers and when the media approached the jury members, there was another jury member, Shaji N. Kuran. Uh, he he's a Malayalam director. He said that Tamil film Kuzangal or Pebbles in English was best of the lot. According to him, choosing a film nomination for the Oscars is like strategizing to win an Olympic match. The jury chose a film which had greater cinematic content and has the jury chose the film which had greater cinematic content and has the strength, capability, and contestability to win at the Oscars, where other countries are also sending their brilliant artists. So this is the entire matter.
Yes, but um, let's say there was also one more panelist named Samit Basu who criticized on the length of the film because according to him, the
Mhm.
length was a reason why criticize the length and the delayed climax, which is a reason why it
Hmm.
didn't not being selected. And the same problem was faced by Lagan, if I remember, because
Yes,
India
yes.
actually sent Lagan to Oscars, but it did not win, or it was not it did not win because of this length of the movie. So do you think? So I'm not talking about Indarip Das Gupta. I'm talking about just Samit Basu. Do you think his viewpoint is justified?
See, Kailash, I think so. Samit Basu's viewpoint is justified because he is talking about the technicalities of the film. है ना? So, technically speaking, Samit Basu can be right. Okay, can be right or wrong. That will lead to the film expert. Okay, the main problematic statement came from Mr. Indradeep Dasgupta because you know this was not technical. Okay, this wasn't our hatred towards the British. We were just emphasizing on our history, what actually happened with us, and we played on facts. This was not a made up story or something like that. Okay, so there is a difference when Indradeep says that there is a difference in the statement of Indradeep and in the statement of Sumit Dasgupta. Sumit Dasgupta is, you know, Dasgupta is talking about technicality, and he needs to talk about that because the main aim of this his jury or his team is to earn an Oscar for India. So that's my take on it.
Yes, I completely agree with that. But this won't be the first time in a Oscar type situation where a film that criticizes a particular nation or government has been released. I'm I'm pretty sure you already have a movie in your mind which also was similar to that, but it still got nominated, and one of the actor actually won the best actor of that year. I might be
Are you
talking about
talking
the
about
Revenant
Revenant?
here.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay, 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 okay. Yes, yes, yes. The thing is that only, but we can't say anything that we can't say that jury had some propaganda before itself or something. But I guess that we need to analyze the competition as well, no? Because we as Indian citizens can feel the pain of the subject which Udham Singh dealt with. Okay, but other countries, I think they might be sending something more universal. You get it? Something dealing with more universal emotions. So in front of that, I think so Sardar Udham Singh could have failed, and that's why they decided to send Kuzangal indeed.
I guess you are right, but I actually don't believe that just because a film is just centered based and might not work against globalization, it should not be thing. Because even though some movies may be inclusive, some movies may be exclusive, every story tells an important aspect of life, like Udham Singh's did. So actually, I have a list of movies that dealt with not this, but there's some kind of racial and discrimination, racial or maybe colonization discrimination. So, like if I want to talk about Spotlight, Spotlight won the Best
Mhm.
Movie of the Year award, and that was inclusive only towards the fact that it was a very, it was a very criticized, it was a very subjective and very what do you call uh, a situation where anything can go wrong. So the spotlight was
Mhm.
about church and how the fathers of the church molested their kids, and they
Mhm.
were protected by Vatican. So this was one thing.
Mhm.
There was also a movie called 12 Years a Slave that won an award for the best movie.
Mhm.
That also just had to deal with Negro problem. Doesn't work with the themes of the other world. It is just a problem that was faced in
Mhm.
America, and it still won the best award. Argo. Argo was a movie about Iran hostage crisis with Americans. Again, it dealt with a particular space of people, and it was a historically true film. Then there was Slumdog Millionaire again, which showed India in a bad light and still was accepted into the Oscar things. And obviously there was Schindler's List, which dealt with the things in Germany
Of course.
when
Mhm.
Nazis were killing the Jews. So, I mean, most of this film has a very inclusive topic, and they were not exclusive towards a word. Like Nazis here doesn't affect India at all, or maybe Spotlight doesn't
Mhm.
affect India at all. Or 12 Years a Slave, any of this topic. Only Slumdog Millionaire, I guess, does affect, but they still
Yes,
managed to
yes.
win the best movies. So I think Udham Singh had a chance to do, because it. I think the fact that it was inclusive was actually a greater reason why it would have been won. Though I haven't seen
Yes.
Pebble, so I cannot talk about it. But I think Udham Singh
Mhm.
deserved at least a proper explanation why it wasn't selected. What do you think about that?
Yes, also, yes, yes. Of course, I agree with your viewpoint. But it really depicted a central viewpoint that one thing is white supremacy, okay, and the thing is the ills done by the colonizers on, of course, the subcontinent. And Polash, that we need such kind of movies. Sardar Udham Singh is very is in the very initial stage of storytelling. And I think so the entire brown nation or entire subcontinent needs to come up with these stories in order to rebuild itself culturally. Okay, culturally, because because of this colonial hangover, there is an inferiority complex within us that everything white is better and everything American or everything English is better than us, because the cultural stories aren't coming up, aren't sprouting at such a magnificent level. Okay, so I would end it up with a great African proverb, which I personally like very much. That until the lion learns how to write, the story will glorify the hunter. And I think so that subcontinent is that lion which needs to wake up and tell the human centric story. So that was our take on it.
Amazingly said, bro. Amazingly said. All right. I think that's for the podcast today. So thank you, Pralab, and to to talk about this. So we'll be back to the podcast with next week with the next new episode, new subject to deal with. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Okay, thanks for listening to us. Bye, everyone.
Bye.